From mount position, there's a few different types of chokes that we can use. One that I like that's kind of a quick and dirty choke from here is if I get arm in nice and deep to where my elbow's over to this side. I'm gonna use my head to make sure he doesn't turn and face this hand here. I'm gonna keep his head pushed away. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this fist here, the flat of my knuckles, put it into his carotid, and I'm gonna grab underneath with this hand here, this way. And then I'm gonna squeeze everything. And it's a really tight and a lot of times it's a very painful choke because I'm pushing it to the meat of the neck here. It'll get clean, but first it's gonna be a little nasty getting there. So this is the triangle shape here. Now, sometimes whenever I get to this position here, if he's doing a good job of keeping everything in tight, then what I can do is under the neck, then I'll get underneath this arm here. I'm gonna walk this up until I pressure the shoulder. I'm gonna use my chest on his wrist to kind of push this up. I can use whatever I have at my disposal. I can use my chin, just make sure you don't bite the guy. And here, and then look, I grab the armpit and over the head this direction. Once I get to this here, now I can push my head to the other side and I can start working into my arm triangle. For my arm triangle here, I don't have to go full rear naked choke grip just yet. And in fact, I would probably like to disengage or dismount. So what I want to do is come up, drag my leg here across, and then come out to the side. I want to melt down from this position and squeeze like this. An alternate way that I can finish from here is by sliding my knee back to knee on belly, posting this leg here, and then getting a deeper grip like this and squeezing down. Makes a lot of pressure, and it keeps his hips kind of isolated, so that it's going to be harder for him to worm, wiggle, and try to replace guard or anything like that to get himself out. From closed guard, lots of different kinds of chokes exist, but if from here he's got his posture up, and I go up for like a hip heist or a hip sweep or a kimura sweep or whatever you want to call it, and I go here to try to drive him over and push this way. But on this, if I don't get the sweep, it might be because he tries to push and drive and tackle back into me. Once he pushes back into me, I want to make sure to scoop my butt out this way so I don't go back flat on my back here. When that happens here, I want to wrap around his neck this way, shoot this hand back inside, or I can go arm in variation like this as long as I cut my angle back the other way, and I'm going to fall to the side that his head is on over here. I want to wrap my legs back around in the closed guard. I want to squeeze, pull in with my legs and squeeze my elbows together in a scooping kind of motion with my hand. So what's happening is when I catch the head, I go to that side, I grab the blade of my hand here, I squeeze in, and I scoop this way as I'm pulling everything in. This is the variation I'm going to need to use if I went over the arm. If I went in front of the arm, it would probably be opposite, where I would just pull this straight up into his neck and actually push away with my legs. But that's more of a traditional kind of guillotine choke. Lots of different ways I can set up a triangle choke from here. One of my favorites is this though, where I'm gonna hold on to his head and his arm like this. I'm gonna hip out to the side, but I'm gonna bring this knee over. I'm gonna push this knee down toward his belly button. Now he doesn't like the feel of this arm being bunched up in there like that, so he'll try to pull his arm out, and whenever he does, I follow that arm here like this. I shoot that because he helps me actually pull the leg over his neck, and then I bite down 1 and 2 this way. Now he's already in place for me to finish the triangle like this. Something that I showed on a different video where we're looking at some submissions from bad positions, and I like this one quite a bit, is where he may have me here in a side control already, and from this position here, let's just go right here, and from this position here, I may instead, because I'm not able to replace the guard, I may instead go here and drive this way and try to get him to base out with that hand so he doesn't get rolled over. If I can get him to base out with that hand, then whenever we come back, I'm going here and I'm wrapping this way. And so I've got his arm kind of pulled around my leg like this. From here, I could try a little short arm lock like that, which is very uncomfortable. And if he is able to straighten it out, then this is where the choke comes in, because now his arm is between my legs. I'm gonna push his head down, and I'm gonna leapfrog my leg over his head like this. And then I wanna reach down, pull this nice and tight. Something I can use to assist is this secondary leg here. I wanna pull him in nice and tight like that. Figure for the legs, and then I've got the triangle from here. Pull this to help with the pressure. It's like maybe I've started here and I've started to set up some kind of kimura kind of situation like this. So I'd like to get this arm lock, but he's doing a good job of defending. Maybe he grabbed with his other hand and he's defending here. Maybe he's got his leg involved, whatever it is. I'm having a hard time finishing here. So if you notice the way that I'm sitting, this knee is down, this knee is up off the ground, but I'm sandwiching him here with my legs with the intention that if I'm not able to get this, or if I don't want to spend too much energy and the option presents itself, I can fall to the side, windshield wiper this leg here, and then I land in this leg scissor kind of position like this. I want to make sure the top leg is behind the bottom leg so that even if he does get his hand free to go pull down, it's not going to amount so much. I'm going to squeeze, straighten my legs here, and it's got a nice leg scissor choke like that. One that I like a whole lot off of, if he's coming up here and I'm trying to maybe do the Darce choke, but it's not quite working out for me, I can't quite get around his head well enough, we use this as an opportunity to set up a no-gi baseball bat choke. So if I can't really connect here, I don't really have a good option, then what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna push his head through, I'm gonna put the back of my hand on the back of his head, and then I'm gonna switch sides here to go to flatten him out. Now once I flatten him out, this arm is kind of cut away, and then I'm gonna go here, and I can go in to S grip and turn my palm over this way here and finish that way, and turn the corner, squeeze, and I can get the no-gi baseball bat choke that way. One that's a really good one for, especially for beginners to know, and for anybody to be able to use against somebody with a strong wrestling pressure that wants to come up and base on you and frame into your neck, is from the guard position whenever I'm stuck on bottom and he's framing into my neck like that, is to be able to get it off and turn it into an arm triangle. So if he's here and he's coming up and he's framing, he's smashing him this way here and putting a lot of pressure on my neck, I'm gonna push back like this with my legs and with my hand. I'm gonna pop this arm off this way and pull him back in, capturing like this. Immediately I wanna go here and I wanna capture, then I'm gonna use my legs to shimmy out to the side to change the angle, and then I'm gonna shoot here and go in for a more of a traditional rear naked choke type grip, where like this, I squeeze and I get the arm triangle choke from there. Okay guys, so I know that there's probably 100 different chokes out there that I could have included in this too, but these are some of the ones that I feel like pop up a lot whenever we're rolling, and these are some good no-gi choke options from solid positions. So anyway, try them out. Let me know what you think about them. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to address them in the comments section, and keep watching Night Jiu-Jitsu and Aperture.